So with less than 24 hours to go for the Women's Premier League 2024 auction, it promises to be a spectacular show indeed. Last time, because it was the inaugural WPL auction, there was a lot of, you may say, build-up for it. Firstly, teams were being built from scratch. Lot of money was shelled out and RCB dominated this time around. However, when it came to the tournament, Mumbai Indians did the grand double. The men had already won 5 times. Harmanpreet Kaur's Mumbai Indians became the first winners of the WPL in the previous edition. Now we are building up to the second edition of the WPL, and this time the hype may be a little low, but as far as excitement is concerned, it is reaching a fever pitch. India versus England, the Women's T20I series is going on side by side, and a lot of eyes will be glued to what happens from 3 o'clock onwards when Malika Sagar starts with the auction. And every single team, Mumbai Indians, Gujarat Giants, UP Warriors, Delhi Capitals, Royal Challengers Bangalore, all the 5 WPL teams will have a lot of say into what goes on. This time though, Mumbai, Delhi and RCB might not be that active. But there are some key players and some key budgets that teams has to look at. So in this WPL auction preview, I'm going to tell you what is the purse that each team has. The 50 lakh, 40 lakh, 30 lakh, which are the players that you have to really look forward to in this WPL auction that's going to start. Remember, 9 December, 3 p.m. onwards, the WPL 2024 auction will begin. So without further ado, let us get into what are the exact numbers that each team has and what is this auction all about. So 165 players are going to go under the hammer. Out of that, 104 are Indian players, 61 are overseas players. Out of the 165, 56 are capped, 109 are uncapped. Now remember, 165 players for a total of 30 slots. That is how the math adds up. So 1 out of 5 will get selected in this auction pool. So which teams are at a benefit in this particular instance? Because if you look at Mumbai Indians, they have retained most of their core. The original core group is there in the Mumbai Indians, and that's why they only have 5 slots available, with one of them being overseas. With just 2.1 crores, they may not make that much of purchases in this auction. They only have 5 slots to fill in. They already have their core. So don't expect the Mumbai Indians to go full out in this sense. Delhi Capitals also, they just have 3 slots left. Out of that, 1 is overseas. So with just 2.25 crores remaining, the 2 finalists of last year may not have that much of a say in the WPL auction at this point in time. So 2.25 crore, 2.1 crore, you can very well say that yes, the champions and the finalists will be the least active when it comes to the IPL auction, the WPL auction that is. UP Warriors. UP Warriors, in a sense, they also have not released that many players. I mean, the main among them is Shabnam Ismail. But remember, the likes of Alisa Healy, Grace Harris, Sophie Eccleston, Talia McGrath, it was a real wonder how they could not make it to the finals last time around. This time, with this core team, Alisa Healy will be determined that she gets her UP Warriors going in that sense. They also have the Under-19 World Cup stars also in this team. With 4 crores, just 5 slots available, and that too 1 overseas slot. You maybe even the UP Warriors might not make that much of a say in this entire thing. But the next 2 teams that I'm about to tell you, Gujarat Giants. Expect the WPL auction to be dominated by the Gujarat Giants. Maybe the auction is just for the Gujarat Giants because they have 10 slots available at 5.95 crore and overseas slots are 3. They are the ones who have made the maximum change. They have done what Punjab Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad do in the men's IPL. They have changed the entire core. Very few have been retained. The likes of Ash Gardner, Laura Woolward, Beth Mooney, Shabnim Shakil, Tanuja Kanwar, Sneh Rana, Harleen Deol. Only few members of the core remain. Rest all, Georgia Wareham, Kim Garth, Sophia Dunkley, Annabelle Sutherland, Savineri Meghna, Shushma Verma, all have been put into the auction pool. So if you have to look at which team will make the maximum purchases in this WPL auction, it is going to be the Gujarat Giants. The other team, they start off with a bang. They were the stars in the WPL auction the first time around. Second time, they will once again dominate. Gujarat Giants and Royal Challengers Bangalore are going to dominate because they have 7 slots available, 3 overseas. They are the team that have let go of a bulk of their overseas players. And that is why you look at Dane van Niekerk, Aaron Burns, Megan Schutt, all 3 of them have been let go and are in the auction pool. So essentially with 3.35 crores and 5.95 crores, these 2 teams will potentially have most of the bidding in the WPL 2023 auction. So in this sense, if you look at it, RCB and GG, it is going to be a battle between these 2 teams in the auction because they have the highest price and they have the most slots to fill as well. But now if you have to look at the players to watch out for, Deandra Dottin and Kim Garth. These 2 individuals have registered in the 50 lakh auction, which is the highest base price. Only 2 players have registered in the highest base price. The problem is, will any of them bid for it? Because Deandra Dottin last time was a very curious case. She suffered an illness and was apparently ruled out of the WPL. But she later on put out a statement saying that, hello, where am I unwell? Please give a clarified statement. That fiasco really ensured that Deandra Dottin did not have a very good time in the WPL. In fact, she didn't even play. So this time around, will the franchisees be very eager to get Deandra Dottin? That will be the key. Remember, she is one of the greats in the women's T20 game. And not having her kind of diluted the WPL last time around. So one hopes that the teams make a good bid for Deandra Dottin at least. There are 4 to 5 players who are there in the 40 lakh table also. I mean, Shabnam Ismail, Amy Jones, Georgia Wareham, Annabel Sutherland. Annabel Sutherland and Georgia Wareham have been very impressive for Australia. And if you have to look at Shabnam Ismail, boy, can she crank it up. In the World T20 final, one of her deliveries clocked 86 miles per hour. So Shabnam Ismail is one of the few bowlers who can really bowl at pace. And on these wickets in India, maybe she can crank it up also. Maybe the likes of Gujarat Giants or RCB would want her. So Shabnam Ismail is there in the fix along with Georgia Wareham, the leg spinner, and Annabel Sutherland. But it is in the 30 lakh bracket, and this is the one player that everybody will be looking to bid for. Sri Lanka's Chamari Atapattu. Now remember, Chamari Atapattu did not feature in the WPL last time, and despite topping the charts in the World T20, she was not picked in either of the CPL, the Big Bash League, or even this. Luckily, a last-minute replacement, injury replacement in the Sydney Thunder ensured Chamari Atapattu went to Sydney Thunder and she dominated the run charts even there as well. With the kind of form that Chamari Atapattu is in now, it is very hard to ignore. Expect her to be the highest bid in the auction. She can very well do that. Remember, in the previous auction, a lot of Australians, Smriti Mandhana was the most expensive buy in the auction last time around. This time, it could be Chamari Atapattu. So, Nicola Carey might not get a base price bid because you would need a lot of death bowlers in that. Nicola Carey fulfills that role. Nadine de Klerk, one of the upcoming South Africa players who is in that scheme along with Laura Woolward. Remember, even South Africa are having a total reboot after the 2023 World T20. So, Nadine de Klerk is there. Phoebe Litchfield, another one of Australia's class players. Even she's an upcoming talent, and that's why in this entire base price of 30 lakhs, you could see Chamari Atapattu in it. Then you've got Aaron Burns, one of the best fielders in the 30 lakh, along with Danny Wyatt. Now remember, Danny Wyatt had made the right noises when she actually hit 77, and she's a big Virat Kohli fan. Who knows? She may get a bid by RCB and she comes to the franchisee where her, you may say, idol is there, Virat Kohli. That could really make it a superb auction for Danny Wyatt. Amy Jones, Kate Cross, well, they are there in that bracket. Maybe the likes of Gujarat Giants would want to bid for them. And if you look at it, there are other players also that you would want to get in. There is one that you may say in the form of Tara Norris. Now remember, Tara Norris is from the USA. Now, the catch in the WPL, if one associate member gets picked in the squad, that franchisee can play 5 foreigners in their 11. Tara Norris was the difference maker for Delhi Capitals the last time around. Can she do it even this time? Maybe in that sense, if you have to look at it. Plus, there are a lot of uncapped Indians also who can make a jump. For example, Mannat Kashyap. Mannat Kashyap is also one of the stars of that under-19 World Cup success that they had. So, Mannat Kashyap with a left-arm orthodox, maybe she can get in there as well. So, Mannat Kashyap is one of the uncapped Indians with a base price of rupees 10 lakhs. She could go big. Then you have Tara Norris also, who from the USA, she's technically from the US. She can also make a big impact. And one of the franchises, if they pick her, they can play 5 foreigners in their playing 11. So that is how the WPL auction is shaping up. Last time it was Harmanpreet Kaur who managed to win it for the Mumbai Indians. This time around, the likes of Alisa Healy, Smriti Mandhana, then if you look at it, Beth Mooney and Meg Lanning, can they upset the apple cart this time around as well? Remember, Mumbai Indians are the favourites, followed by maybe Delhi Capitals. RCB have had a very underwhelming thing, but that's typical RCB. So tomorrow, 3 p.m. IST onwards, the WPL auction begins. Mallika Sagar, when she starts it, it's going to usher in chapter 2 in the development and the phenomenon that is the Women's Premier League in India. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.